If I were to look straight at something, it's almost as if my brain kind of fills in the background of what's around me. It's just kind of like this choppy fuzz nothingness. I have these kind of habits I've developed over my life where I might look at something and not see it, but in some way give some kind of gesture as if I did see what it was. Sometimes I would look at people in a way that they would expect someone to look at them, so that they and I would feel more comfortable, even though that's not the way I can see.
Keep thinking of it. You doing it? Okay, I don't know if this will work. Keep thinking of it. What?
I would say that I was always different in general as a kid. I basically kept to myself, and a lot of that probably had to do with losing my eyesight. That kind of isolated me a little more from the rest of the kids. You know, I knew that they saw me as this disheveled, weird, blind kid. If I didn't have the magic, then I may have been even more isolated. I mean, when I first remember seeing magicians, I was around 10 years old. I saw them doing things that I had always wanted to do, things that were thought to be impossible. The idea of being able to just shatter someone's way of seeing the world for a few minutes has always appealed to me. Let's hope this works. Can you guys see this X I made?
Yes.
Look. Anything that happens here, happened there. Open your hand.
What?
That's awesome.
That's so crazy. What? That was so cool.
I grew up in Poland and then moved to the States in '96. My mom took us to America for the opportunity. She didn't see that we would be able to have the kinds of opportunities in Poland that we would have here in terms of occupation, school, and it was really just kind of living paycheck to paycheck, bare bones kind of situation.
Got a couple dollars here. What a lot of people don't know is if you take these and you line them up just right, okay? If you squeeze them, are able to produce one of these. These are rare. You don't really see these that often, right? So at 10 years old, I was diagnosed with Stargardt's macular degeneration, and I was proclaimed legally blind. Son of a bitch.
And so macular degeneration is when the central part of your vision becomes worse, so you see better peripherally. I use the fact that I'm legally blind as something to make me stand out or be unique in the world of magic in my profession. Take a card, see some magic, see a trick. All these things that I do, it's very much by feel. I hold the cards in my hand, I kind of feel what needs to be done.
Now I'm legally blind, but other senses become stronger when you lose a sense. That means I could feel the warmth you left with your fingers. Over and over, keep thinking of the name of your card. You got it in your head? Keep thinking of what it's called. Perfect. Do these look like anything?
Yeah.
Not really? So over and over, think of the name of that card, okay? Because sometimes when you think of something all day, you might even hear someone talking about it. Your attention goes there. It's kind of like when you hear your name in a crowded room. But if you focus on the dots, see how your brain tries to kind of find the meaning in them?
That's good.
This looks like something to you, right?
Yeah.
It looks like your card?
Very good.
Thank you. Very welcome.
Very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
wanted to give work a shot. I would go through certain programs from the state. I think the first real job I had was just cleaning, being the janitor at a warehouse. Everyone that worked there was disabled, and I didn't feel like I was really integrated with the regular society, but kind of put away in a box, hidden from society. I knew that I wanted to do something more. Trying all these different jobs, I decided to be a professional magician. I started street performing, which was a fearful thing in itself. It took me 3 weeks to finally put the hat down. All of a sudden, I just felt like this new space had opened up in my life, and I felt so alive. Doors started opening, epiphanies came, and eventually, all the doubt left. In life, doing what you're expected to do is not necessarily what's best for you. Once I started doing magic full-time, I finally felt that I was doing something meaningful. I also felt that I was doing something where I really was social with people, and that's something I really wanted to do. Instead of being kind of a few steps removed, I was basically right face to face with people, seeing the best sides of them seeing the best sides of me. Magic then became kind of this bridge, almost a crutch to an extent, because it was, for a while, kind of the only way I could connect with people. Magic expanded my imagination to what I can do, to how I can be in the world. I wanted to show people the impossible. There is probably more magic and enchantment in the world than we realize. Since deeply investigating within myself, I have experienced many shifts of perspective where things are magical, where you're just in the moment and you're really perceiving life as it is, or a state where you're really enchanted by life. And the only thing I found I could do was the most practical thing, and that's follow who and what I am. It's been about 2 years now since I moved here and started basically street performing for a living, and a kind of grind energy a lot of the times. So I could feel it taking a toll on my body. I always feel like I have to have all my things on me to be ready at any time, so I walk around with a pretty heavy backpack all day long. But I don't see an alternative right now for me in terms of career. I've really put everything I have into breaking through as a magician in a big way. I am still making a living on the streets. I'm definitely making substantially less than probably anyone with a normal job. But even if I knew that I wasn't going to go to bigger places with this, the past 2 years have been the most satisfying years in terms of feeling like I'm doing something that matters and is meaningful. So I just can't imagine now going off and doing something else in a totally different direction.
Put your hand out. That's the 4 diamonds, okay? We're gonna rip it up, okay? That's the 4. Now what do you have? Now it's the 9.
Get the hell out of here. Really?
Keep your hand out. Look, look. Squeeze them as tight as you can, like this. And go like this. Might start to feel like it's coming to life. Like there's a heartbeat in your hand. Open it.
Well, the fuck out. Like, this was just ripped in 4 pieces.
Certainly when I perform,
Yo, really?
it can be received as a gift.
is kind of all about challenging common paradigms of perception and of the way things work. Name a card out loud. You want to say one? Yeah. Say one out loud. Doesn't matter what it is. Make it random.
King of spades.
Are you sure? You could change it if you want.
Yeah.
No?
Change it.
Lift up your hand. You've been holding this the whole time, yes?
I don't.
You said king of spades, right?
Yeah, king of spades.
Can you see these cards?
Yeah.
That's the king of diamonds. There's one face down, though. Look at it.
Get the fuck doctor, man.
I sometimes sense love from people that are watching me perform. Even though I can't see too well, I feel like their eyes are glistening. And there's a warmth that I feel emanating from them.
Yo, I met you like 2 years ago and I showed the card that you gave me.
It's just been the greatest 2 years of my life. My name is Adam Jaslikowski, and I call myself Just in Sight. And they call me Magic Man. Fuck.